Sarah Silverman is anti-science apparently. Hello my friends of the internet. I go by the untypical millennial. I just got done watching this video of Sarah Silverman blowing her hot breath around a room. Just another example of a celebrity gaslighting, and telling you that you are transphobic if you believe in the differences between a male and female presented in biology. She is speaking on a topic that is so controversial these days. Which in my opinion, really isn't that controversial, and quite simple to understand. No one wants to stop someone from being themselves or living their life. They want the obvious truths to be addressed so the integrity of women's sports can remain strong, as many people worked hard over the years to uphold that integrity. Biological women. But of course Sarah Silverman is taking the easy approach these days and just going along with what everyone else is saying, that if you oppose trans women in women's sports, who are biological men identifying as women, then you are transphobic. Wow, bravo Sarah, way to use some critical thinking skills. Not to mention she is basically insulting an actual trans woman in the process of explaining, Caitlyn Jenner, simply because even she knows as a trans woman, she will have multiple biological advantages. Yikes, let's just roll the clip.
I saw Caitlyn Jenner saying trans girls should not play girls' sports. Caitlyn, you're a woman, right? A trans girl is a girl. She should have the same rights as cis girls. If you think a trans girl, what, you think a trans girl is too strong? What about tall girls as opposed to short girls? What about boys in high school who are teeny tiny and their teammates have already hit puberty and are shaving? Why don't you just have co-ed sports divided by weight or height? This is so dumb. They are legislating this shit without one single example of how this plays out. One single example. One single example.
Transgender teens swept events during last week's track and field state championship.
One single example. This is not worrying about girls' sports. Believe me, not. I think there are better ways to worry about girl sports. This is not worrying about, this is not what that is. This is not worrying. This is not concern for girl sports. It's transphobia, full stop. It's just such a bummer when such a prominent trans woman is such a twat. It's like being Jewish right now and having the most recognizable Jewish names be Weinstein and Epstein. It's like super not awesome, but
people like Sarah Silverman honestly just blow my mind. To start, Caitlyn Jenner is a sports superstar, was an athlete in the Olympics, and a trans woman. Sarah, it really is not hard to understand. She probably knows a little more about the subject than you. Also, comparing Caitlyn Jenner to Weinstein or Epstein is just honestly messed up. Those are horrible people who have committed disgusting acts. But of course, with all confidence, and with just outright wrong information, she spews away this ridiculousness. What don't people who think like this understand? Yes, we get that someone identifies as a woman, and most people are okay with that and respect that, but it is scientific fact that biological males have more muscle density, higher testosterone levels and other factors that contribute to them being overall stronger when speaking on the topic of sports. That's just the reality, folks. Anyone telling you different is simply full of it, and should not have their opinion taken seriously. Cough cough, Sarah Silverman. Honestly, there is even more examples from what I presented, but I thought it was funny she claimed there isn't even one. Literally some of the easiest information to obtain from using a search engine. Snap back into reality for a second, Sarah. Not many people are interested in watching women's skulls being split open for the sake of an ideological agenda. Sorry, deal with it. But it looks like she is having trouble dealing with it. But it's fact. If you believe in women's rights, then this shouldn't even be a question. It is unfair and will lead to many problems down the road. When are people like this going to stop playing the game? The game of gaslighting, the game of telling you that facts are wrong and you should be ashamed for even considering them. It is literal lunacy. What are your thoughts on this clip? Do you agree with Sarah Silverman's stance on this issue? Please let me know in the comments below. And as always, please support my channel by subscribing and hitting the like button. It's time for me to get back to work, and also time for me to go train to dominate women's sports. Geez, anyways, thanks for watching, catch you later peeps of the internet.